could you continue on with the practices of enlightenment?
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll say we do spiritual exercises which are not necessarily enlightenment, but they can lead to flashes of it, moments of it, because we are what enlightenment is all about, actually. It's realizing to the highest degree what the spirit soul is about. So, fully, not just having a glimpse or an impression of it. So, being spirit soul nature. So we call it enlightenment, but it's like being aware of the truth, being aware or coming to face or recognizing or having union with the heart itself, the heart of compassion. And each one of us is created relative to the heart of compassion. And so in a way, in a manner of speaking, we're born of an impulse of love and communion, even if it's superficial or dirty, let's say. You know. But that urge to merge is very much part of the forces behind accomplishing the goal of enlightenment. So there then is a secret urge to merge with emptiness. So not just with more stuff. Everybody wants to merge with more mergers. You know, add more karma, more story, more garbage to their I guess you might say, their life, themselves. But you can do that, and you're already paying the price. Because if it's too materialized, then you're not going to go too far. See? You're stuck in the field of gravity. I'm saying that as a metaphor, see? An effect, by the way. But then we want to move into what is beyond our self, right? Your body, your mind, your image, see? Your thought, your emotions, your memories. All of that is the garbage you have to wear until you come to terms with knowing what it all is. Because it's using you, and that's what I've called the river of blood. It uses you. See? And that's what you have to realize. To what degree it uses you, where you say to it, I'm not being used anymore. I've had enough of this. I recognize your force, oh beloved river of blood, my beloved ancestry, or whatever. But now I'm going to take it from here. Time for me now, instead of going down and around, down and around, and down and around, you know, I'm going to stop, walk straight, and maybe rise. See? Degravitate myself, not do all the things that were keeping me pinned down, locked down, held back, and suffering. What everybody else before me suffered. Same stuff. See? Like we inherit suffering and we sustain it. So the undoing of that is what practice in the spiritual sense means. Undoing it. Not being against anybody, just enlightening yourself. By taking the gravity off of you, your body, out of your body, heaviness out of the body, out of your emotions, purify your emotions, clean up your body to a certain degree so you're more healthy. All right? And then work with your memory so that you're not always haunted by nonsense which doesn't really do you any good. Okay? Possesses you, the hauntings, right? Ancestral hauntings or strange memories that keep coming back to people, recurring memories that are spooky, painful, sometimes more about tragedy, see, than good things, right? Happiness. And people have to purify themselves of that, because if it's in you, you created it. It's your agreement to have it in you, so then you have to find a way, or a person or peeps or a situation that can help you remove that, purify you of it.
So you were talking before about like the stream of suffering that you continually create. So would you consider enlightenment the killing or the undoing completely of that stream of suffering?
Well, enlightenment is a gradual rising above it, in a sense. We can say it dies off, but it's a slow death. It's not like, scissor snapping or snipping, right? Clipping. It's not quite like that. See, it's a much slower process because we're still clinging to our past. We're still clinging to our families. We're still clinging to life, the earth, and the body and the mind. We're still clinging to what we see in the mirror. That's a hard thing to let go of. That's not going to be clipped off right away. Unless your karma is that where somebody, puts a hit on you, and then all of a sudden you're in a wonder as to what happened to you. If you don't know, so some of these things happen, and the person who is taken out is in shock for a period of time. And their spirit is the body. It's there, right? It's a piece of meat. And so you have the ghost chasers, the ghost watchers, the ghost people dealing with ghosts that are lingering, say, clinging to property or their past, right? Objects, family connections, all of that. And all of that has to be purified, see? And then in the purification of all of it, whatever that means, that's a theory, of course, and you're entering the heavenly states, which are also part of the adventure. Darkness, lots of it, but then there's a lot of light. If you know how to tap into it, you know what it is. And I would recommend people move towards the light, even if it's more fun in the dark, in the pits of hell. So you think, right? There's more physical, sensual pleasure maybe that you can't get enough of, but you eventually get tired of that. You see, that's just a burnout, right? It's exhausting. You need light. You want enlightenment. You want your heart to feel better than just your lower body sensations. See, you want to start feeling something about the light itself and the magnificence. See, the brilliance of the light, the beauty of it, and the wisdom that comes with it. The angelic celestial realms are also part of your inheritance as a human if you are able to recognize that and use it.